Yeah, I thought obviously Warne was bowling a pretty hostile spell, 6'8", up and down wicket. Some were flying through, the next one wouldn't get up. Been hit in the ear with the jaw, head, arm, fingers. So he was. It would have been easy to play a shot to sort of try and stop that, but I thought he hung in there, and it looks like he just said, you know what, it's over my dead body. You have to keep hitting me if you want to, until I can't stand up. So I thought it showed a lot of courage in that situation. At 1-all, given the situation of the game, the series, to then stand up to that fantastic spell of bowling from Warne Morkel, I thought was wonderful to do that, and then to be not out at the end made Australia in a very good position, which was started off by Davey Warne. Yeah, no, very good. I thought Davey set the tone first up and early. Now, the one good thing about David Warne, I mean, he's got plenty of great attributes, but he puts pressure on the opposition so quickly. I mean, Duminy was bowling in the 8th over, I think, or 9th over or something, I think, or 10th maybe, somewhere around that, but very early. You got a part-time spinner bowling. So it just puts pressure on the opposition captain by how fast he scores and the way he scores. And, I thought he was... I saw a sign of maturity from David Warne today when he's batting. Graham Smith had point back, and he got a couple of singles to point. He then brought point up, and he hit 2 fours past him. So it wasn't as like he's not just all about smashing the ball. He's actually thinks about it, and he's quite clever about it too. So, and the way I thought he just set the tone for the whole day today, it was good bowling from South Africa. Some of the field placements were a bit different and a bit odd at times than we thought, but I think the bowling was outstanding. But I thought we matched their intensity with the ball, and then at the end of the day, put the Australian guys in a good position. Yeah, I was up the other end and unfortunately got out to a no ball, which was disappointing. I was hoping it wasn't a no ball. I said, "You sure?" Yeah, I was. That was pretty hostile spell from Curtly Ambrose there too. It was on an up and down wicket at Trinidad too. But it was a different situation then in the series. From memory, there's a lot at stake. South Africa, #1 side in the world. You've just copped the hiding in the last Test match where South Africa just outplayed you in all departments. You've won a very good toss on a good wicket. If you batted poorly today, you're nearly losing the Test match on those conditions, because it's going to get a lot worse, as we're already seeing the wicket starting to play tricks. It's going to spin. It's a lot dry. The groundsman already said yesterday it was ready to play. So this is like day 2 already. And with the wind again today and the sun, it's day 3 really tomorrow. So if the sun stays out and the wind stays, and we still see that up and down bounce like we saw today. We saw a couple bounce a few times to the keeper, and then some take off. So, it's really, if Australia can score a big first innings total, they're in a really good position, because as we know, it's going to go reverse, it's going to spin, and it's going to get even more and more up and down. It's going to be very hard to bat last on. So first innings runs are crucial. One of the hardest things as a bowler is when you have your plans, they go out the window, A, B, C, you go down plan Z, and you go, okay, we've just got to try and stop this guy scoring for a while. And when he manipulates the field and starts to play with the bowler and the captain about setting fields, because you're not sure to have point back to stop the boundary, then he gets an easy single. It's a really tough spot to be in as captain. And I've been in a situation myself before. Someone like a Darren Lehman, when you used to bowl against him, or as an opposition captain or playing against him, he manipulated the field really well. And that's why I was saying before about Smithy, he was really caught in between because of the way David Warne played. He ended up just being defensive about stopping runs, which then David Warne could play exactly like that. He could just knock it round, rotate the strike, and they could slowly get runs, rather than say, we've got to get this guy out, we've got to take a risk, maybe keep us slipping, keep the points up, and you might hit one straight to point. He went the other way. So it was one of those things where he can do that to a captain, David Warne, because he's such a good player. I mean, there's lots of things in hindsight we'd never ever make a mistake, would we? But I know I wouldn't have. I probably still would have made a few. But I think the thing is, on that pitch, it was so dry and it was ready yesterday. I think the spinner's going to play a role. South Africa obviously backed their quickies, and they thought Duminy and the left armour could do a job on that pitch. But I think if Australia had a couple of spinners, they probably might have played them as well, given that Shane Watson was available too. So looking at how dry it was, we expect it to turn. We might be wrong, but we saw it as definitely a turner. Yeah, well, I think he's got. I think there was 4, maybe 5 ice packs. So I think he'll be stiff and sore tonight. I think he might be drinking chocolate milkshakes. His jaw's a bit sore too. But But yeah, I look. He's in a bit of pain, a bit of agony. I don't think you cop that 4 or 5 blows like that. I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to tickle. It's going to hurt at 150k. As I said before, very proud of Michael today. He's best buddies. It was very nice to see him show that courage. And there's been a bit of talk about him not making some runs, so it would have been easy for him at that stage, I think, to when your eyes are spinning and you're getting hit from like that, to actually try and say, I'm going to hit my way out of this and take him on. But he went the other way and said, "You're not getting me out," and hung in there and stayed in there. I think that showed a lot of courage. And at the end of the day, we saw him start to play really well, like we know he can. And now he's on 90 odd. Hopefully, he can go on and get a big one tomorrow.